Happy fall, everyone! This is Rebekah here with the Tailored Realty team here on this gorgeous Tuesday, probably one of the last really nice days that we're going to have for a very long time, which means, da-da-da-da! It is time to start winterizing your home! Now, of course, everybody has their own list. This is just what's on my own personal list. Make sure you ask your parents or even check the internet to make sure that there's nothing else that you should be doing to prepare your house for the winter. That all being said, let's get going. All right, so I'm over here in Plymouth, Minnesota at my parents' house, and one of the things that they should definitely be doing, and you should be doing too, is cleaning out your gutters. So they have some gutters right above their garage. They also have some gutters on the front part of their house and on the back, and we have these beautiful mature trees all around. So mature trees are great. It means that you're able to have all kinds of beautiful natural privacy and coverage. And I mean, they're just beautiful to look at. But one of the things that is not so great about fall leaves is they do fall. And when they fall and they fall into your gutter system, it can actually make it really difficult for for the gutters to do what they should be doing in the spring, which is getting water away from the house. So make sure that you just take a little ladder, get on up to your gutters and clear out those leaves. You can just throw them onto the ground and then you can rake them up with the rest of your fall cleanup. All right, so I'm still here at my parents' house over in Plymouth, Minnesota, and one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is water. So if you have a sprinkler system or if you have any sort of exterior spigots, which almost everybody does, it's really important that you get those winter ready. So how do you do that? So if you have a lawn sprinkler system, more than likely what you're going to want to do is hire a professional to have your lawn sprinkler blown out. What that means is that all the water is going to be taken out of the sprinkler system so that your pipes do not burst in the middle of the winter. But if you have a spigot, this is super easy for you to do on your own. Almost all houses have spigots. These are spigots. So this is just where is your hose connected to. So what you're going to want to do is disconnect your hose. So just take your hose right off. So just like this, take your hose off, store your hose in the garage or inside, just somewhere where it's not going to be necessarily damaged. And then what you're going to want to do is go down to more than likely your mechanical room and turn off the water. This is what I'm talking about in terms of turning off your water supply to the outside. So in my basement, I'm in my basement now, I have all of my different pipes going to the outside are labeled. So this is my lawn sprinkler system, and you can see that this is actually perpendicular to the pipe. So parallel typically means that the water supply is on, and perpendicular means that it is off. So I've already winterized my lawn sprinkler system. Now I just have to worry about my spigots. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn both of my spigots off. Then I'm going to go outside, detach my hoses, and turn on my spigots. All right, now that my outside spigot is turned off so that I don't have any water going actually to it, my next step is actually to make sure that I get all the water out of the spigot. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually remove my hose. So you should always be doing this. So remove your hose, and then I'll store that in the garage. And then all I'm going to do is open this up. And you can see that there's, well, ever so slightly, just a little bit of dripping coming out of there. And that's exactly what we want to see. We want to see all the water that was for the exterior, all the water that was in the exterior taken out of the exterior piping. And then we want to leave this in the open position, so if any water was missed, that it has a place to go. And the place that it has to go is out instead of staying inside where it can freeze up your pipes. Everyone has windows in their houses, of course. So here are some of my windows here. One of the things that you're for sure going to want to do is make sure that your windows are actually sealed. So what this means is making sure that all your windows are in the locked position, and that helps make sure that you have a better seal so that the cold air from the outside doesn't come into the inside and that you're essentially heating the outdoors. One of the other things that you're maybe going to want to do, depending on how insulated, if you have double pane or triple pane windows, maybe you don't need to do this, but if you have single pane windows, you might want to put an insulation over your windows so that it helps make sure that you have less transference of air from the outside from the inside. Lastly, but certainly not least, if you happen to have storm windows, you might want to replace the screens that you have for the summer with your storm windows to also help protect your insulation and decrease your heating bill. All right, one of the big components of making sure your house is winter ready is, of course, your furnace. So here is my furnace. This is my April Air humidifier, which is connected to my furnace. And as a part of this April air system, maybe you can see this, maybe you cannot. Let's see here. There are these little buttons. Now it says summer, winter, or summer again. So by hitting these different toggles, this actually controls what type of air is moving through your furnace. And I'm not an inspector, I have nothing to do with HVAC, but by making sure that you have the right settings on your furnace, this helps increase the life expectancy of your furnace and makes it so your furnace doesn't work quite as hard. So make sure that you put it in the winter condition, or I should say the winter setting. And then when you're doing that, you might also want to start turning on your April air. Your April air system is a humidifier, which means that it's going to help put moisture back into the air. And in the winter time, that's exactly what we need in Minnesota, is getting moisture back into our air so that things are not so dry and staticky. So make sure that you do that. So turn it over to your winter setting. And if you haven't replaced your furnace filter, make sure you do so. You should be replacing your furnace filter just about every single month. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video for Tailored Tuesday, all about how to make your house winter ready. Just in recap, there were 4 main things that we talked about. One was windows, furnace, getting your exterior piping ready. So that was your spigots and your lawn care system, and also making sure that you're taking care of your gutters. Now, I'm sure that all of you have your own things that you do to prepare your house for winter. So if you do, make sure you drop a note down below. Tell us what other things that you should be doing to get ready for the winter. That's all we have for you today. Thank you.